Enterprise Mobile App Development, How to Choose the Right Stack in 2025. Hey, welcome. In this video, we're breaking down Enterprise Mobile App Development, How to Choose the Right Stack in 2025. Let's get into it. Now, let's talk about what is the best stack for Enterprise Mobile App Development. The honest answer is, it depends on three things: your existing Microsoft ecosystem investments, your team's current skill set, and whether you need one codebase or two. For most enterprises already running on Azure, Microsoft 365, and Dynamics 365, React Native app development is the dominant cross-platform choice in 2025. It shares JavaScript skills with web teams, has a mature ecosystem for enterprise integrations, and Microsoft itself uses React Native in apps like Xbox Game Pass and parts of the Microsoft Teams mobile client. But best shifts when you factor in offline-first requirements, embedded hardware access, or regulated data environments where native sandboxing matters. According to the NIST cybersecurity framework, establishing governance foundations before extending workloads to new endpoints is essential, and mobile apps are exactly that: new consumer endpoints touching enterprise data. Next up, the 2025 Enterprise Mobile Tech Stack Comparison. React Native app development in an enterprise context means more than building a fast mobile UI. It means integrating with Azure Active Directory for SSO, connecting to Dynamics 365 or Power Platform APIs, and securing data at rest using device-level encryption. The React Native ecosystem has mature libraries for all of these: MSAL for Azure AD authentication, React Query for API state management, and Watermelon DB for offline-first local storage. The enterprise mobile app development services market has also matured around React Native. You'll find certified teams, established CI/CD patterns through Azure DevOps consulting services, and clear deployment pathways to both App Store and Google Play through a single pipeline. Flutter is Google's answer, and it's genuinely impressive for pixel-perfect UI work. Its Dart language is less familiar to enterprise teams running JavaScript or C# shops, which is often the deciding factor. .NET MAUI is the natural pick for teams with deep .NET roots. It offers native Azure integration out of the box, but its community is smaller than React Native's and the tooling is more complex. Let's talk about now how Azure Cloud Migration Services shape your mobile backend. Your mobile stack choice doesn't live in isolation. It has to talk to a backend, and for enterprises on Microsoft's platform, that backend is almost always Azure. Azure Cloud Migration Services are often the hidden variable in mobile project timelines. A company still running on-premise workloads will have a harder time providing low-latency APIs to a mobile app than one that's already completed an Azure Landing Zone implementation. Q Services is a Microsoft-certified solutions partner specializing in Azure, with 500-plus completed Azure and Microsoft platform projects since 2014. That experience repeatedly surfaces the same pattern: mobile projects that skip back-end architecture planning hit performance walls in production, usually at around 200 concurrent users. Before writing a line of mobile code, an Azure infrastructure assessment tells you whether your current architecture can support the API call volumes a mobile app generates. A field service app with 500 users making sync calls every 30 seconds is a meaningfully different load profile from a web dashboard used in browser. Now, what are the 7 stages of enterprise app development? Most enterprise mobile app development companies use a variation of this sequence. The longest phase is typically discovery, not development. Enterprises that skip straight to build almost always return to this step after their first sprint review when integration complexity surfaces. A thorough Azure architecture review at discovery stage identifies security risks, performance bottlenecks, and cost traps before they're built into the system. This is where decisions like, should we use Azure API management or expose functions directly, get made with data rather than assumptions. Now, how to control cost in enterprise mobile projects. Enterprise mobile projects have 2 cost failure modes: building too much native capability that a cross-platform framework would handle at 30% of the cost, and underinvesting in back-end infrastructure that collapses under real usage. Both are avoidable with proper planning. Azure Cost Optimization Consulting in a mobile context focuses on 3 areas: API call volume management using Azure API management caching policies, compute right-sizing for functions and app service plans, and storage tier optimization for media-heavy apps. Microsoft's Azure Pricing Calculator is a useful starting point, but it underestimates egress costs for mobile apps that sync large payloads. A good Microsoft Azure consulting company will model your actual call patterns before you commit to a resource configuration. Our breakdown of 9 levers engineering teams use to cut cloud bills covers the specific tactics that apply to mobile backends. Now, next up, choosing the right enterprise mobile app development company. The market is full of enterprise mobile app development companies that can build an app. Finding one that can build the right app, connect it to your Azure environment securely, and hand it off in a state you can maintain, that's a shorter list. Here are the criteria that separate good partners from average ones. Get an enterprise mobile consultation to assess whether your current Azure environment is ready for the mobile workload you're planning. Now, next up, conclusion. Choosing a mobile stack for enterprise in 2025 is not primarily a technology question. It's an integration question. React Native app development is the pragmatic default for Microsoft Stack enterprises because the ecosystem, the talent pool, and the Azure integration libraries are all mature. But the right stack decision always starts with understanding your backend architecture, your compliance requirements, and your team's existing skills. The enterprises that ship successful enterprise mobile apps faster are the ones that treat the cloud backend and the mobile client as a single system from day one. That means running an Azure architecture review early, choosing an Azure managed services provider who understands mobile traffic patterns, and selecting a cross-platform framework based on real integration requirements rather than framework popularity. If you're starting this evaluation now, the most valuable hour you'll spend is a structured scoping conversation before any architecture decisions are locked in. Get an enterprise mobile consultation to start with a clear picture of what your Azure environment can support today and what it needs to support tomorrow.